All right, so today what we're doing is we're talking about intercepts. And we're talking about the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Now, guys, this is not hard, but you gotta know how to graph. All right, so if you don't know how to graph, you need to come see me, talk to me. We gotta learn how to graph because we gotta do that for today. All right, so x-intercept. The x-coordinate of the point at which the graph crosses the x-axis. And then let me give you an example. 3, 0. Now, all this is saying is where this line on our graph crosses our x-axis. Now remember that the x-axis is the horizontal line at the bottom, okay? Or the center of your graph, whatever, it's the horizontal line. Now, y-intercept, the y-coordinate of the point at which the graph crosses the y-axis. Now the y-axis is the big bold line that's going vertically through your graph, okay? That's what we gotta know, all right? Now, this is how it's written, 3, 0, or 0, 3. With your x-intercept, the x is going to be a number, the y is always going to be 0. And this is really important that you understand this, okay? On your x-intercept, the y should be 0. And then whatever number it is where it crosses on your x, that's what you should have there. Now, on your y-intercept, the x will be 0. And then you'll have whatever number it is where it crosses through on that y-axis. Okay? But if you understand these, you'll be able to look at any point and go, oh, that's my y-intercept, that's my x-intercept, because, well, the y-intercept, the x is 0. Remember, the x is always the first number. The y is always the second number. Okay, so y-intercept, x is 0. X-intercept, y is 0. Okay? Very important to understand those. It makes it so much easier when you see just ordered pairs to be able to look at it and go, okay, that right there, y-intercept. That right there, x-intercept. Okay, that's what we're looking for. All right, so now we're going to take a look at these graphs because that's the definition. And let's apply the definition to this. So here it says, write the lines y-intercept. The y-intercept. Where does this line cross the y-axis? That's what we're looking for. All right, so here, in y-intercept, here is your x-axis, here is your y-axis, right there's your origin, just a quick lesson on graphs, okay, there's your origin. Now we want to know, where does this line cross the y-axis? Well, this line right here, where does it cross that line, that particular line? Okay, so when we go, remember, the x is going to be 0 because we're talking about the y-intercept. Go down, well, right here, 0, -1, -2, and I know that's -1 because this is -2, okay? -1. So right here, it crosses at the -1. Well, if I plug in -1 right here, and that's what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you different ways that you can do this. Okay, -1. Well, it says, wait, this is invalid. They expect a point. Well, when you do your y-intercept and your x-intercept, you should write these as points. Okay, now, if you see it on a test, they may not do that. Depends on the test, depends on who wrote the question and whatnot. But you should be giving points as to where the y-intercept is. Okay, so we got that. All right, so let's give it a point. 0, -1. Now watch this. When I do this, everybody's gonna look and go, hey, there's a point, 0, -1. No. You should have these written with, oh, I lost it. Parentheses, thank you. Parentheses. Lost what I was talking about. Parentheses, rounded. Okay? You gotta have parentheses around those. So here, we're going to go back in here and we're gonna put our parentheses. Maybe. If it'll let me. Alright, here we go. There we go. 0, -1. Now I should take this. Now look, this is saying that this line crosses the y-axis at 0, don't move, -1, there. And there we go. That's all that is. Okay? Now here, they say, what's the x-intercept? So where does this line cross the x-axis? The x-axis. All right, so here's the origin, okay? And we're looking for where this crosses the horizontal line, that x-axis. There. Okay, so remember you do your x's first, then your y's. -1 and then I don't move. Well, that's right, because otherwise it wouldn't cross right there. Okay, -1, 0. Remember, got to put it in parentheses. -1, comma, 0, and enter. That's all there is to this. That is one of the easier lessons you're going to have this year. But it's so easy to mess it up if you mess up which one's your x-axis and which one's your y-axis. Okay? Remember, again, when you do x-intercept, there'll be a number for your x, and then your y is always 0. Okay? When you do your y-intercept, your x will always be 0, then there'll be some number for your y. Now if it goes through the origin, both of them are going to be zeros. Okay? But outside of that, that's the way you're looking at it. Guys, that's all there is to this. If you need help graphing, come let me know.